like a bow.
So it does take you to get disrespected multiple times so that you can see what are the things that you permit or not. Like, you gotta observe the things that look bad but are not versus the things that don't look bad but are bad. And because that's the only way you can learn. But you become harder to read if you get in touch and allow yourself to feel the parts of you that are more aggressive, that are the harder parts of your personality. And unfortunately, that comes down to you facing your fears and slowly learning how to be literally more aggressive. And by doing things that are uncomfortable, starting a new business, doing that thing that you always wanted to do, approaching that girl, approaching that guy, taking a risk and saying that I like you, that I love you, confronting that bully. Those little moments of fear that you force yourself to do, force yourself to confront, over time will slowly change your demeanor, because your demeanor and the way that you walk is a reflection of you. And unfortunately, the only way for you to really change from somebody who gets disrespected, doesn't get the respect, comes through your actions. There's not a magical video, because if you start accepting bullshit, people will notice you accepting bullshit. And by just in the act of imitation, people will start disrespecting you more, because they see other people disrespecting you. And it's like, if you ever been bullied, you'll notice that the kids who get bullied by more people. Weakness, unfortunately, draws predators. It draws people's desire to manipulate you. That's just how people are. Unfortunately, this is not like a one thing solution, but it just comes down to get yourself in uncomfortable situations. That doesn't mean get into fights, but lean towards being more uncomfortable. Do things that are uncomfortable, because that's where your fear lies.
The best way to fight off aggressors is to keep them from attacking you in the first place. To accomplish this, you must create the impression of being more powerful than you are. Build up a reputation. You're a little crazy. Fighting you is not worth it. You take your enemies with you when you lose. Create
that's why
make it credible with it.
That's why people don't fight people who have nothing to lose, because those types of people are dangerous. But if you're actually strong, what happens is that the disrespect, they can see that you're not pleased, right? Little forms of disrespect a lot of the times shouldn't be reacted with an aggressive move, like leaving them or never talking to them. Sometimes little forms of disrespect you punish that with just a face, with just your face, your coldness. And that's why you have to attack at the first sight of disrespect. Like, obviously, there's context, right? This is the problem with me saying this, is that there is going to be context, and some situations apply more to others, right? Like, you can't confront your boss because he was being disrespectful that one time. There's a certain, like, there are rules, and at the same time there are rules that should not be followed under certain circumstances. So this is why I'm telling you, like, listen to this, but this comes with practice, learning how to do this.
Giving in completely, surrendering without a fight, hands them the easy victory they crave and makes you resentful and bitter. It can also become a bad habit, the path of least resistance in dealing with difficult situations. Play on people's natural paranoia.
This is big.
Instead of threatening your opponents openly, you take action that is indirect and designed to make them think. Instead of trying to avoid conflict or whining about the injustice of it all, consider an option developed over the centuries by military leaders and strategists to deal with violent and acquisitive neighbors: reverse intimidation. This art of deterrence rests on three basic facts about war and human nature. First, people are more likely to attack you if they see you as weak or vulnerable. Second, they cannot know for sure that you're weak. They depend on the signs you give out through your behavior, both present and past. Third, they are after easy victories, quick and bloodless. That is why they prey on the vulnerable and weak.
Okay? Now, your reaction to little signs of disrespect, a lot of the times, if it is little disrespect, a lot of times, if you're weak, you can let that go. I knew when you kept blocking me, I should have just ended it there, but I didn't. So I felt stupid. So then she unblocked me again and said, hey, can you send me the photos that we took together that my ex deleted, because her ex deleted the photos we took together? Can I have them? And I'm like, so she blocks me and then unblocks me and asks me for the photos we took together. No, that's too much. This is my moment to redeem myself. I should have blocked you, and I didn't. And now this is my moment. And before she sent the other text, I just blocked her. Because this is the thing. People never do things just once. That's what you have to understand. Like I know they will tell you this is it, but because you're afraid that they're gonna repeat it again, simply because you know people never do things just once. Let me show you what Robert Greene said about this. If they disrespected you once, they're gonna do it again. That's just how that works.
And who does something kind of nasty to you, they talk behind your back. Then they'll say, oh, Robert, that was just, something came over, that isn't me. You know, I'm sorry about that, that just happened. Circumstances made me do that. And you'll be likely
like in my case, right?
Leave them. But the fact is, if they've done that once, they've probably done it many times.
They're gonna block me, they're gonna block you and me again. If they hit you once, they're gonna hit you again.
A few impressively violent acts. Uncertainty is sometimes better than overt threat. If your opponents are never sure what messing with you will cost, they will not want to find out.
And so the way to do that is you become predictable when they see you and they understand you from the jump, right? When you only show them one side of your personality.
This might mean using a go-between to send them a message, to tell some disturbing story about what you are capable of. Or maybe you let them spy on you, only to hear something that should give them cause for concern.
This is why having a reputation of not taking bullshit is so important. Usually people don't try to disrespect people of power, people who could fight back, people who can do something about the disrespect. People usually try to go for the easy wins, for something that doesn't fight back, for something that doesn't cause any pain. So most likely the disrespect happens because they might think you're easily gonna take him back. They might think that you're too weak. If you don't contact me in those 2 weeks, if you don't try to make contact, then that means my absence is not hurting you. So that means I gotta leave, right? So you let your unavailability do the dirty work for you and continue, and if they continually keep disrespecting you, you do this as a way to tell them I'm not weak by pulling away. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys ever want to learn how to use your feminine energy to influence people, learn how to use your masculine energy to become more assertive, and also learn how to blend both energies to improve your dating life, your spiritual life, honestly, your relationship life, your family life, your career life, this is the course for you. If I had to make a course for my nieces, I have 2 nieces, one is 19 and one is 15. 16. Holy shit. Oh my God, he's a bad fucking uncle. He's a bad uncle. Get him. Shut up, Melissa. You should get this course, right? And this is the course that I will make for them. So, for example, watch the curriculum, right? In the first week, we're going to be showing you how to establish a strong masculine foundation without letting it hurt your feminine energy. This masculine foundation is a source of who you are, right? It's your bodyguard. Without this, whatever feminine energy you create will be destroyed by the outside, because your masculine is your shield. So we'll talk about goal setting. We'll talk about how to develop a serious attitude. We're going to be talking about how to use more logic, how to use more goal-oriented behavior. It's more how to be a man. Now the next one is how to embrace the feminine energy, right? This one would teach you about how to minimize excessive masculine traits, developing self-awareness, healing abundant feminine energy, regulating your emotion, mastering voice qualities and facial expressions, surrendering control, and allowing pain to be felt. This is honestly, this will supercharge, like Kaioken, your masculine energy. After that, we have femininity in the workplace and how to be feminine in the workplace without letting people take advantage of you, and the nuances of how women on power should behave versus women who are subordinates in the workplace, and even the dress code. This is based on psychology, people. It's kind of insane. I'm actually excited about this one. The next week, we talk about navigating the labyrinth of male and female friendship. And this, a lot of women find confusing, so we talk about that. and how to identify envious friends, how to identify the good friends, how to keep male friends, and how to keep female friends. Week 5, we talk about how to release the burden of the past and stop and destroy mental projections. This is actually really powerful. And then week 6, we talk about how to increase your observational power so that you could read people better. And we have a bunch of bonuses. The course starts at $99, and you guys can pre-order the course today at $69 before it goes out. If you're watching this, most likely I'm in the meditation retreat, so most likely I will be praying for all of you guys. And just click on the description down below of the video. Right there, you'll see it, and you could pre-order that course. It's gonna be out by the end of next month or the beginning of February of March. One of the two, people, because I have a 10-day retreat to do, and I want to finish the course after the retreat, because I think the ideas are gonna be so much better. All right, man. I'll see you guys later. Pre-order, man. I'm closing the channel.